Well, Expendables 4 came out yesterday, and I have some thoughts. But first, let's go over the casting of the movie, because if you remember, I made a video about the casting announcements. So how did that stack up? Bet first, let's go over the cast members that we lost, because at the time, I did not know that Jet Li, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Terry Crews were not coming back. So we lost those members. What did we get to add? 50 Cent. 50 Cent added nothing to this film. He had the same tone for every single line that he said. He had the same facial expression throughout the whole movie. Basically, he could have not been there, and I wouldn't have noticed. Megan Fox. Now, Megan Fox did fine. There's nothing wrong with her performance. To me, it was just what the script asked of her, and also I just think that it's just miscast in general. I think someone like Mila Jovovich would have been a much better actress for this role. Overall, it's fine. Andy Garcia. It could have been anybody, really. This role could have gone to anybody, and it would have been the same thing. Well, actually, I take that back. I think if we had Steven Seagal in this role, that could have been interesting. Yeah, I take it back. This definitely should have gone to Steven Seagal. I have to have a cheat sheet here for this one. Iko Uwais. So this guy was famous for The Raid, and a lot of people were very excited about him being in this film. They did not really use him. He had one fight scene, and for the most part, he was just talking, giving orders. That was it. It was quite a waste. Tony Jaa. Now, this is the only character that I think really added a little bit to the film. And it was only a little bit because they didn't give him enough time to develop what they were doing with him. Like, he had... I don't want to call it an arc because there's no arc. It was just like a flip. But he had an interesting concept to him and what his character was. They just didn't go into it. But he did, have a lot of fighting at the battleship? Yeah, battleship scene. So that was cool. That's it? I think that's it. For the new members. But yeah, they did not really bring anything at all to the table. And I don't blame them, because even the old cast, someone like Dolph Lundgren, he wasn't the same. Like, he typically stands out in these films, and he felt muted. Like, his charisma was gone. Toll Road had actually a pretty decent role in the film after several of him getting lost in the background. But even there, like, it didn't really move the needle. And also, like, it was the ear thing again. It's like, we did that in the first film. Why, like, is that the only characteristic that he has a funky ear? And even Stallone. I mean, Stallone doesn't really look like he's all there. Like, he's basically done. Like, there's been articles talking about how him and producers didn't really agree on what direction to take the Expendables. And yeah, they were able to get him back for one more, but he's done with the franchise. And you can tell. Now what I want to get into is the story. Now, that does mean that I'm going to go through all of it. So, spoilers ahead. But hey, don't worry, because you're not missing out. So, stick around. So the film starts off in some location in the desert. I don't know, some base. And the villain is trying to get to some guy because he has some nuke accessory that he needs to make some nukes. And then, in the middle of that, we cut over to Jason Statham. Very jarringly. We were just in the middle of something, and then we just move over here. It was very odd. But yeah, now, boom, we move over. Jason Statham, him and Megan Fox are a thing, and then Stallone comes over, you know, they talk, they hang out, like they go get like his lucky ring back. And then we're briefed on the mission, and we literally go to where we opened that. Except now the villains have control of the base. Stallone drops him off, because he's flying the airplane. He's up in the sky. And everyone else is on the ground fighting. And then Statham is right behind the main villain. They're in 2 cars. And he's gaining on him. And guess what? A missile hits the plane that Stallone's flying around in. So now it looks like he might go down. And Jason Statham's gonna go save him, but he tells him, no, I want you to finish the mission. And Jason Statham does not follow orders and goes to try to take out the missile launcher that hit him. So now he's saved, right? No, because then he takes out the missile turret, and guess what? The villain has a rocket launcher, and he shoots at Stallone and takes him down. And Stallone's character is dead. It should be a big moment, but you could see it coming from a mile away. And not only that, but like I said, Stallone wasn't really in it, so when he's up there and he got shot, yeah, it seemed like there was no panic. It was just like, oh, I'm going down. Okay, here I go. There was no suspense. There was nothing. It was just something that happens. And then right from there, we cut to the bar, and they're celebrating in his memory. The tonal shift was bizarre, because we go from this solemn moment to, you know, the beginning is just shots around the bar, so it's like the band playing, and the little in memorial of Barney Ross, and some people dancing. It just didn't feel right. It felt very strange. I would have rather preferred a funeral like in Expendables 2, where they buried Liam Hemsworth's character. And it was just a very quiet, solemn moment, because they lost a brother. And so you could feel the severity of the situation. And here we don't. And then, to rub salt in the wound, Jason Statham gets kicked off the Expendables. And we need a new leader. So who is our new leader of the Expendables? By Megan Fox, of course. What the fuck do you mean, Megan Fox? Oh my god. I just sat there stunned. Someone that just came into the team, she just got here, is now the leader of the team. And what was the explanation for this? How did they explain this away? Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't. They gave no reason. It was just, she's the leader. That's it. Done. What? It just boggles my mind. We have 2 guys in the team that have been there from the beginning. And we pick Megan Fox to be the leader. My mind was blown. And then, of course, because Jason Statham was kicked off the Expendables, now we have to go follow him and see him be a bodyguard to an influencer. Wow. How fun. Wow. You know, I think they were trying to make a statement here where it's like, wow, this influencer is so cringe. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This scene is cringe. Oh, this was me sitting in the movie theater not having a good time. This entire middle is just annoying. And then we move on. He goes back to Megan Fox to try and make up, and he wants to go on the mission and take out the main villain. They have this weird play fighting, and then they have sex, and then it's like, no, you can't come with me. So he gives her a knife that, of course, has a tracker, and he tracks the Expendables to the battleship. The Expendables get caught, and now Jason Statham's our only hope. This is where Tony Jaa comes in, basically almost the end of the movie, and he takes Jason Statham to the battleship on his little boat. And then, action. The Expendables get out because they were put in a room and they had this. I don't know what it was. It was like some. It's like you ever played Batman Arkham Asylum? It's like the little crate that you can like pull off, and there's like a little thing down there. Yeah, it was one of those. Except it didn't have the crates. It was just all solid. But they just took that off, and they got out of there. Yada yada yada. Jason Statham fights the main villain. He kills him. And then twist! Andy Garcia is actually the main villain. He's been this villain the whole time. And I'm like, wow. I really don't care. More fight, action, blah blah blah. The rest of the Expendables get on Tony Jaa's boat, and Jason Statham stays behind to finish the mission. And just when everything looks bleak, Stallone flies in, kills Andy Garcia, saves the day. We go back to the same bar we've been in like 3 times and celebrate. And that's the movie. It would be a lot more exciting if the action itself was exciting. But it looks so fake. Like half the time, you can tell they're just on a green screen. So it's just, I'm looking at it and I'm like, where are we? We're in some soundstage somewhere. And it just took me out. And also just the fact that, like I said, everyone is just dead. Like, no charisma. People don't seem like they want to be there. And when the people there don't want to seem to be there, why am I there watching this if they don't want to do this? So, I don't understand. And I don't understand why you brought Stallone back. Like, what's the point? Like, you killed the franchise again. Like, you killed it with 3. Now you killed it with 4. How are you going to bring it back after this? So, yeah. Pretty shit. But if you have a compliment for the film, let me know. If you want to talk about something that I didn't get on and we can dogpile some more, let me know. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to anything. So until next time.